Hello, my dear food safety friends. Welcome to Dr. ISO. Today, I have a very interesting topic for all of you, which is ISO 22000 in hotel industry. ISO 22000 food safety management. The latest issue is on 2018. This standard is issued by ISO, which is the International Organization for Standardization. It sets out the requirements for a food safety management system. And if any organization wants to get their system certified, this standard can be used as a good tool. Actually, it maps out what an organization needs to demonstrate to show its ability to control food safety hazards with an objective to ensure food is safe. The good thing about the standard is that regardless of the size, the standard can be implemented in any organization and wherever they are in the food supply chain. What are the benefits of these standards? The most important one is it is highly recognized worldwide. Of course, it helps to reduce the food safety incidents and the related cost. It helps an organization to comply with the legal requirements and the Code FSMS principles. Of course, when you implement a food safety, it reduces or it optimizes the risk, thereby the liability reduces. Of course, by implementing such a standard, it fewer your errors or lapses, which further also helps you to reduce your customer complaints. As you all know, any management system, it supports the continual improvement of your product and process. By implementing such a management system, which works in the principle of plan, do, check, act, you are going to achieve a sustainable food safety performance. By implementing such standards, your consumer, suppliers, and the regulators, they improve their confidence with you. Of course, it's a wonderful platform for process and management control and thereby improvement. Sure, by having such systems, you improve your performance and you become more effective and efficient, which makes you a competitive advantage. Naturally, such type of standards promotes international trade and of course improve overall performance of the organization. Now let's see how or is it possible to have 22,000 in a hotel industry. As you all know, this was a very debatable point since some time, whether it is feasible. Of course, my personal opinion is, yes, it is feasible to implement 22,000 in a hotel industry. It's only going to give an additional benefit to hotel industry compared to the HACCP. As you can see here, as 22,000 is a broader food safety system that is fully based on a quality management principles. It is based on an entire management principles. Whereas HACCP is more or less a management tool to control, prevent the risk in terms of food safety hazards. Of course, ISO 22000 incorporates the HACCP principles and regulations. Now, why is it important to have food such 22,000 in a hotel industry? It's the same benefits which I have highlighted in the earlier slide, which we saw some time back. Now, let's quickly go through what are the 22,000 requirements or what are the key requirements in the 22,000. As you all know, any management system is based on PDCA, which is plan, do, check, and act. And this also based on plan, do, check, act. Of course, it is also based on Annex SL, which is the high level structure which is used for developing any ISO standards. So it is also compatible with other management system standards. That's the beauty of this. If you see, as I told you earlier, there is plan, do, check, and act. Let's see what is covered in the planning phase. It's important to understand the context of the organization. Then, what are the needs and expectation of the interested parties? Here, the interested parties are not limited only within the organization. It could be the customers, it could be the employees, it could be the legal bodies, it could be the supply chain, it could be subcontractors. The organization has to identify the need and expectation in terms of food safety and food safety management system. Then the organization has to identify what is the scope of the management system you are going to implement. What are the boundaries of this? Because you need to know what are you going to cover. Then based on that, you need to plan your food safety management. But as you all say, the next phase is with the most critical leadership. You cannot implement such a management system without the leadership and commitment of the top management. Why? Because it covers the whole perspective of the organization, not limited to any area. The management is also responsible to implement the policy of food safety, because this is the driving factor in an organization. Then comes the planning. Now, you need to take the right actions to address the risk and opportunities. The risk related to food safety, compliance, or food safety from any perspectives. Then you need to address these risks. Then what could be the opportunities within the organization to improve to? You need to establish food safety objectives. Thereby you improve your system and achieve your goals and accordingly plan the changes. Now, you cannot do all this without the support of resources. The resource can be man, machine, material and methods. Then you need to ensure you have the right competent people. The competence, as I always say, is based on education, training, skills and education, training, skills and experience. Now, awareness. The people should be given the right awareness from the perspective of 22,000 and food safety management system and the related requirements. It could be legal related trainings, controls, use of equipments, whatever it is. Now, the organization should also establish a wonderful internal and external communication mechanism. This could be with your customers, this could be with your legal bodies, this could be with your supply chain, this could be with your employees. There should be a well-defined system. And you need to see what type of documented information shall I maintain in my organization to meet the food safety management system. Now we go to the next phase of PDCA, which is do. In do, important is to plan the operational requirements, to develop and go ahead with the prerequisite programs, PRPs. Establish traceability system in the entire chain. Emergency preparedness and response in terms of any food incidents or any crisis. Then you need to have a hazard control. I would say more or less we talk more about HACCP here. You need to have if you see here, this can be expanded into preliminary steps to enable hazard analysis, do your hazard analysis, validation of the control measures and combination of control measures. Then have your hazard control plan, HACCP and OPRPs. This is something a little more emphasized. Yeah. Then you need to update information specifying the PRPs and the hazard control plan. You need to establish a control over monitoring and measuring of the food safety related matters. Verify the PRPs and the hazard control plan and control the product and process non-conformities. This is what covered in the do stage. Now, once you do, then it is important to see whether you are meeting what you planned. For that, you need to have a check. Monitoring, measurement, analysis and evaluation. You need to establish a system to monitor, measure, analyze and evaluate the entire food safety performance. Then you need to have a mechanism for internal audit to see whether the system is implemented, is it suitable, is it compliant. Then comes in the management review. You need to have a management review to see whether the FSMS is actually followed in the right way. Now, also you need the next step, which is act. After the monitoring, you will see that you need to have some steps to improve further. So you have a mechanism to manage your non-conformities and corrective actions. Put actions for continual improvement. When you monitor, you will see a lot of areas of improvement. Implement them, thereby you achieve your continual improvement. And of course, based on that, update your food safety management system. So as you can see, we saw plan, do, check, act. Planning, doing, checking, and acting. These are the 4 stages of FSMS. Now, let's see what are the challenges you're going to face when you implement. The most important challenge, what I always say, is the management commitment. As I said, this is a food safety management system. It covers the entire process of a hotel industry. So if the top management is not committed, it's very high challenge to implement. Now, people should have the right awareness, right understanding on the requirement of the standard, and there should be a clear readiness for change management, because you're going to change your routine practice to align it to the international standard. So there should be a proper change management. Of course, another challenge is that any new management system is a risk-based approach. So you need to look into the organization from the risk perspective in terms of food safety from all angles and develop the system. So this is another challenge. Of course, here the new change or new challenge is needs and expectation of interested parties. It's not only just customer, it's not only just food safety. You need to see the legal regulatory requirements, you need to see the society, you need to see the employee, you need to see the supply chain, and what are their needs and expectation that should be addressed in your food safety management system. Then of course the OPRP, the understanding towards the new thinking towards OPRP will be always a challenge. So you need to have a detailed review on this part. And now the approach of food safety is more than technical, it is becoming a management system approach. So to shift from technical approach to management system approach, in the management system, of course, the technical elements are there. And nowadays the industry is busy, so time will be a constraint. So you need to address this when you plan for such FSMS. And of course, competence is very critical to have a competent team of people if you want to implement such a food safety management system. I want to summarize, I want to end my presentation. I didn't want to take much of your time. Thank you very much for being patient with me. I hope you got some quick information about FSMS or ISO 22000. I wish you all the best and have a great day. Thank you very much.